Recording. All right. So here we are on a Friday morning. I think this might be Jean. No, it's not. Uh, so this will be a lunar class. Lunar classes are a little bit more subdued and stretchy than the solar classes. So we'll be doing the salute to the moon. And my kitties are starting to play over in the corner there. But we'll start with centering and grounding. Just press your sitting bones down against the mat. Connect with the earth. Just take your attention down into the earth. That'll be grounding. my my kitties over here. Rise up in your spinal column. And just for a moment, picture the full moon, especially after having seen it last night. So as though you're looking at the moon, you're using your third eye. And allow your attention to settle onto your breath, observing how your breath is going this morning. And then just as you focus on your breath, let the events and scenarios from the week fall away. Excuse me. Just allow any obstacles to your sense of peacefulness melt with the light of attention. Excuse me 1 second. My kitty's just about to step onto my computer. Okay. And check in with your physical body. Make some micro moves to check and see how your body's feeling, muscles and joints. Now, just as a further grounding, bring your your left hand just cupped in front of your low abdomen. You can even rest your hand on your legs, but with your right hand, just bring up your two fingers, kind of like the Boy Scout salute, folding in your ring and pinky finger, overlapping your thumb, and then your two fingers are upwards. But bring those two fingers down onto the floor, onto your mat, and allow that to bring your attention to the earth once again for grounding and centering and connecting with her. And then release and just bring palms into Anjali Mudra, and we'll attune to breath. Just breathe, arms up overhead, opening out. If you remember your Ujjayi breath, pranayama, you can work with that. Just two more rounds, attuning to breath. And then just bringing palms back to Anjali Mudra. Release your palms to your knees or thighs and just lower your chin down to your chest, allowing a stretch in your neck and spinal column. And we'll start a slow pendulum swing, just side to side, loosening the neck and starting a little movement. Now, if you imagine here your third eye and think of unicorn, unicorn's horn, spike out from its forehead. And just imagine that is your third eye, as though the indigo color is extended out like the unicorn horn. And as you slowly move your head side to side, that is cleansing your aura, your energy field. Now, the next time you come to one side, we'll start a full circle, taking your head all the way around. And the next time you come down, chin to chest, reverse direction and circle the other way. And the next time you bring your chin down to your chest, just pause for a moment and slowly roll your head up. And then just bring your arms out to the side, turn your palms forward, bring your palms together, overlap one thumb. Actually, we could come into Kali Mudra here. Interlace your fingers, except for your index fingers, thumbs side by side. Take in a deep breath and reach your fingertips forward. Just stretch in your shoulders. Let your chin stay over your chest. Pull your head back a little bit. And then bring your arms out to the side and bend your elbows so that your upper arms are parallel to the floor. And taking a breath, lift in your spine. Exhale and draw your elbows back, bringing shoulder blades closer together. And then stretch your arms back out. Bring palms together into Kali Mudra once again. Taking a breath. Exhale, stretch the fingertips forward. And then inhale, arms open. Once again, bend your elbows. Taking another breath. And exhale, pulling elbows back, opening shoulders and chest. Squeeze a little bit. And then reach your arms out to the side. Kali Mudra. Take in your breath and reach fingertips forward, but this time lower your chin down to your chest and continue to stretch fingertips forward. Round your back a little bit. Feel that stretch as you reach. And then roll back up. Lift your chin parallel to the floor and open your arms. Bend your elbows. Breathe once again. Deep breath. Exhale. Pull the elbows back. Open the chest. Now turn your palms towards your ears and lower your arms. Keep your shoulders back, but just reach back and interlace your fingers behind you. And stretch your arms up. Press your head back and contract to squeeze out tension. Just wring it out. And then release your hands. We're going to bring them up overhead and interlace fingers once again. Just reach palms up. Now turn your palms forward and bring your hands down, not on your head, but behind your head. And just take your elbows side to side, opening in the shoulders a little bit more. This will help us with our salute to the moon. So pulling your arms away from your head, pulling back. And then just let your arms melt down, floating, bringing palms onto your knees. And just pause for a moment. Breathe a nice normalizing deep breath. Okay. Now just squeezing fingers in and out, bring some energy down into your hands and circle around in your wrists. Reverse. Okay. Press your palms forward as though you're saying, stop. Stop the chaos. So pull your fingers back as you press the heel of your hand forward. Taking a breath. Exhale, turn your hands down, pull your fingers towards your elbows as you press the wrist forward. And then release. And then just bending elbows and straighten. Okay, and we'll lean back and just stretch out our legs, unfolding, shake them out. Just rub your hands together, bring some energy into your hands, and then just give a massage to your legs after being folded for a bit here, especially your knees, thighs, and rub your hands again. And give it a rub on the other leg. Okay, so ankles, we circle around. In reverse. And sitting tall on your sitting bones. Press through your heels, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point. And then stretch out your toes. Let the air circulate in between them, and then squeeze, stretch, squeeze, stretch. Okay, so just coming up onto the balls of your feet and rock forward and back. And a good stretch for the toes. Let your knees down onto the mat and lift up onto your heels, just sitting. If you want to work with your neck and shoulders again, you can interlace fingers behind your back and once again, excuse me, lift your arms, lift your chin. Excuse me, sorry. Now just give a little arch, leaning back. Lift your sternum, your ribs, navel, and then come forward and bring your palms forward and pat your feet on the mat. Okay. Spread out your fingers, ground into the mat with your palms. Lift your knees and just hop back into plank pose. Just a few little pumps with your arms. And then hold in your plank. Activate your core muscles. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, long neck. And let your knees down, pull back into puppy stretch. And then lift back up. And come back onto the balls of your feet. We'll work with some hip openers here. Just separate your feet and bring your hands in beside your arms, inside of your knees. And just take one leg out and other. Come to the edge of your foot, opening the hips and the knees. Lift up in your spine as much as you're able here. Good. Okay, so just stretch out one leg through the heel. And bring that one in. Stretch out your other leg. Heel up, toes, or heel down, toes up. Just stretching the inside of that leg. And then Malasana, just coming in for your goddess pose or garland pose. And press the knees open as you bring your thumbs in for your and towards your sternum. Okay, and then just come forward once again into your plank. And press up into your downward facing dog. Stretch out your calves. It's a nice stretch to take the hip side to side. So and let's just come up into a three-legged dog. So just take your left leg up, stretch it up tall. Try to keep hip bones facing the floor and keep shoulders pulling back. And bend your knee, open the hip, stretching your psoas. And then bring it back. Other leg up into three-legged. Keep your breath flowing. Was working with a 80-year-old lady a couple days ago. I told her breathing is required. All right, bend your upper knee and open the hip, shoulders forward, stretching your psoas. And bring it back down. All right, just let your knees down for a moment. Come forward with your hips. Legs can be on the floor. This is not up dog. It's just a stretch, warming up the low back and preparing for our routine. So legs as close as they'll come, and just let the hips come forward as you lengthen in your spine. Bring your shoulders down away from your ears. Just kind of hanging in traction here. Good. Now just pull back into puppy stretch for a moment here. Now slide your nose forward and just come back into a high plank. And then lift your shoulders up towards your ears, taking a breath. And then squeeze shoulder blades together, bend your elbows, exhale. And then inhale into your cobra. Press the pubic triangle down into the mat. Lengthen, press your sternum forward and up. And then press back. Just come into child's pose and relax for a few breaths. Bring your arms back, thumbs by your ankles, palms up. And just once again, picture that full moon, bright and silvery. In the night sky, the indigo sky. All right, and then slide your hands forward. We'll come back into a downward facing dog. Now just lift your left leg up into three-legged dog. Bend your knee, bring the knee forward, and step in between your palms into sun pose, looking up towards the sun. And then take it back into down dog. And lift your right leg up into three-legged. And bend your knee and bring it forward, stepping in between your palms for sun pose. And then step it in or slide it in, lift your leg and step it in for head to knee pose. Coming in for your stretch on the exhale.
And then soften your knees and a reverse swan just coming out, your arms lifting up, arms overhead, reach, and a standing back bend. Just engage your hips and legs, reach up and go to the back. Open the front of your body. Stretch that diaphragm muscle and all those abdominal muscles. And then just bring palms together in front of your heart and pause. Draw your shoulders down. And then release your arms and standing twist. Lifting the outside heel to protect the knee. Okay, so for the rest of these, you'll want to turn your mat sideways so you can step out for our wide angle poses. Okay, so just for now, we're going to loosen up in a triangle. Okay, so let's start with Warrior Two. So just step your feet out. We'll come into five-pointed star and then turn out your left leg and see if you can keep your hips pointed forward. The back foot, the heel is pressing away, the toes are forward as much as your ankle will allow, and then bring your arms out. And we'll loosen in vinyasa, taking your breath. Exhale out into Warrior Two. Inhale in. And hold for just a couple of breaths, looking over your fingertips off into the horizon. Maybe imagine the full moon beyond you. And inhale, and we'll go to the other side just to warm up a little bit more, working with standing poses. Take in your breath. Exhale out into Warrior Two. And if you need to adjust your stance, widen it, or adjust in any way, just go ahead. Working with your hips and then coming into your Warrior Two. Press on the outer edge of the back foot for stability and gaze over the fingertips and off into the horizon, relaxing in your hips. Use your core muscles here, pull them up and in. And then breathe that leg in. Relax your arms, just give them a little rest here. And turn your feet to the other side. Give a little wiggle to your hips. And breathe, arms up. Exhale. You have your left foot turning out. Press down in the hip joint and reach out over that front leg, keeping shoulders forward. Front knee is straight. And then just switch your arms and look up into your palm.
And press down in both feet. Ground into the earth. Lift your fingertips up. And we'll switch to the other side. Taking in your breath. And exhale. Press in that front hip. Reach out. You want to keep your shoulder over that leg. Open the hips. And then switch your arms. Look up into your palm. And then reach your fingertips up as you press down in your feet. And relax your arms. And then just step your feet in together. Come into a good, firm, strong mountain pose. Let's just work with balance a little bit, bringing palms in. Shift the weight side to side, just feeling your stability. Taking a breath and shift the weight over to your right foot and just lift your left knee coming up. Oops. Focus on a spot. And lower down. Centering once again on both feet. Take in your breath. Exhale as you shift over to your left foot and lift the right knee up. And bring it back down. Okay. So our salute to the moon, Chandra Namaskar. The salute to the sun is Surya Namaskar, but Chandra is moon, which means circle. So we start with our palms in Anjali Mudra. Bring your hands into Kali Mudra and breathe as you lift arms overhead. Take in another breath. Exhale, press both feet into the earth and take your hips out to your right, shoulders left. Inhale to center. Exhale, hips to your left, shoulders to the right. Inhale back up to center and step out into Kali, bending knees. And then extend out into five-pointed star. Okay, we'll come into triangle next. Just separate your feet wherever you want them. Once again, coming into your triangle pose, press down in the front hip and reach out. And switch into your triangle. From here, bring your arm down facing the front leg. Let the back heel out a little bit and come down for head to knee. You can hold on to your leg or bring your hands down onto the floor. All right, from here, it'll be your left knee. Let your palms come down, come into sun pose here.
Now bring your left hand inside the foot and pivot into a half squat. You're stretching your leg. We did this in the warm up. And then bring the leg in for malasana. This is the bottom of the circle that we make with Chandra Namaskar. And then we step out to the other side and stretch your left leg out. Now we're reversing the movement. So lower the toes on the back foot down, pivot, and come into your sun pose. If you need to step out a little bit, just take your leg forward, your foot forward, lift. Now bring the back foot slightly in and the heel down. Lengthen into your head to knee pose. Firmly press both feet into the mat and bring your right arm inside the leg and lift up into your triangle pose. And then reach up, coming out of your pose, turn both feet in, 5-pointed star, and then Kali Mudra. And then push off and come back. Hands in Kali Mudra. Take in your breath. This time, exhale your hips out to your left. Reach, inhale up, over to the other side. And back to center. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, palms into Anjali Mudra. Just close your eyes for a moment. Notice your heart rate and your breathing. Connect with the earth through the soles of your feet. And then open your eyes and release your arms. Just shake it out. Loosen up. Do Connie's jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. All right. So we have the full moon. So maybe we could do our balancing half moon. All right. So we'll start with turning out your left toes, and you'll be in a narrow stance of warrior two. So bend your left knee. Keep your right arm alongside your body to encourage you to keep your hips and shoulders forward. And reach down about a foot off the pinky toe, off on the diagonal. And then rotate your shoulders and hips forward once again. Transfer the weight onto the front foot in your hand. Lift the back leg up, press through the heel, and then lift your right arm up. Keep lifting the leg. Lift, lift, lift. Press down in the hinge of the front hip. Keep opening your shoulders and hips. And then look up if you can. That changes everything. So you want to fit between two panes of glass here. And then bend the front knee, lower the back leg, and press up. And we'll switch to the other side. your short stance of narrow stance of warrior two. Left arm alongside the body. Keep this knee open over the center line of your foot and then reach for the floor about a foot off the pinky toe on the diagonal. Open your hips and shoulders. Transfer the weight onto the front foot and your hand lift the back leg up higher and higher. Open the hips and shoulders. Lift your arm. Lift your head looking up. And then soften the knee on the front leg, lower down on the back leg, and press back up. Come back into Tadasana, palms in, prayer hands. Breathe. Good. Okay. Let's come down onto the mat for a twist. So just lengthen out with your left leg. Your right leg can be, the foot can be inside the knee, or you can bring it outside the knee. Press through the heel on the extended leg. Hold on with your left hand, bringing the knee towards your left shoulder. And then scoop your right arm forward, breathe it up. Hold on to that leg and open into your twist, bringing your palm down onto the floor, close to your hip, using that arm for a backrest. So just keep pressing against your edge. Look over your shoulder. Now press down in your sitting bones and breathe as you lift your arm back up towards your ear and unwind, coming to the front. And release your leg. Shake it out if you need to. And other side. So press through the extended heel. Your knee presses towards the opposite shoulder. Holding onto your leg. Scoop your left arm up. Breathe. And then rotate in your torso and bring your arm down. Palm close to your hip. Look over your shoulder. Be sure to lift in your spine always when you're in a twist. Now press the weight into your sitting bones, down against the earth,
And breathe as you lift your arm back up next to your ear and come around to the front. And just separate your feet, knees vertical, and a couple of cat stretches, just rounding your back and arching a little bit here. All right. And now just prepare for your Shavasana, getting comfortable. Ready to relax on this full moon with our eclipse today. Just draw your low back down and roll your hips under, roll your shoulder blades under. Just think of the full moon. See it in your mind's eye. The beauty and the relaxation that comes with the full moon, shining light in the dark. Let that moonlight bathe your body, all your cells receiving light and energy. With a reflective quality. Relax deeper now. Just go deeper and deeper down. And start now to become aware of your body and your surroundings. Any sounds you hear in the distance, sounds you may hear close by. Feel your mat and the floor underneath you supporting you. Feel your breath flowing through you. And then just take your arms with a deep breath, take your arms up overhead. Just stretch long. Stretch your heels away, stretch your arms way overhead. And on your next exhale, bring your arms to your sides. And then just slide your feet together and lift your knees up to your chest. And roll to one side and come up into sitting. Now just reach your arms around behind you and clasp your right wrist with your left hand. And take a deep breath. And exhale and just lean forward in a surrendering pose to your higher self and to your life's purpose, to your guidance. And then just lift back up into sitting using this seal yoga mudra to seal in the benefits of your practice, your relaxation, your sense of well-being, and then bring palms back around to the Anjali Mudra. And may your guidance be clear. May your path be supported and with great growth. And may the light of the moon light your path at night in the dark. Namaste.
Thank you.